Peter never would have pulled a shenanigan like that.
Well, you know what, Dad? You know what? Peter's gay. Gay!
So it's like
37.
Well, we don't know, so you can pretty much say whatever you want.
It was 53.
Right, really? Wow, now you got it together. I heard it was 94. So women you think are more curious about in general.
Or maybe they just admit it.
Maybe. So men are lying bastards is what you're saying.
I didn't say it. We'll practice. Pretend that I'm your parents. Okay, you'll just say what you're gonna say. You'll get through it. I'm pregnant. My daughter's a tramp. My daughter's a tramp. My daughter's a tramp. You're 15 years old. How can you do this to me? You make me sick to my stomach. Jeez. At least I smell okay.
Oh, you smell fantastic. You smell more than okay. My God, you're just like a breath of loveliness.
Thank you, Dave.
In the late 90s and early 2000s, Brittany Murphy embodied everything Hollywood said it wanted: charm, innocence, and contagious sense of optimism. But behind her laughter was something that really survived in the entertainment industry, and that's vulnerability. Her passing in 2009 shocked the world, not because tragedy was unfamiliar in Hollywood, but because no one saw it coming. She seemed cheerful, radiant, full of life, but she was also exhausted, isolated, and dismissed when she needed help the most. This is not just a story about Brittany Murphy. It's about how society punishes sensitivity, mocks being fragile, and teaches people to hide pain behind performance. It's about a world obsessed with strength quietly that ends up destroying vulnerability amongst us until we start to disappear. Hollywood is more than just glamour. It's a world of mystery, and on Tragic Icons, we unravel it all. Brittany Anna Murphy was born on November 10, 1977, in Atlanta, Georgia. Her parents divorced when she was 2, and she was raised primarily by her mother Sharon in Edison, New Jersey. From an early age, Brittany showed an extraordinary drive to perform. Her mother recognized her talent and moved with her to Los Angeles when Brittany was just 13, a decision that would change everything. She started landing small television roles, working relentlessly until her breakout performance in the movie Clueless as a character named Ty Fraser, the awkward new girl. Brittany was both funny and heartbreakingly real. Her performance stood out, not because of glamour, but because of her honesty. She had something most actors didn't. She could be imperfect, human, and still beautiful.
You're a virgin who can't drive. Oh, that was way harsh, Ty. Look, I'm really sorry. I was just talking with Melody, alright? Oh, Melody.
But Hollywood does not reward humanity, it rewards control. And from the beginning, Brittany was told she was not enough. She was not thin enough, blonde enough, glamorous enough. She was advised to lose weight, fix her teeth, and transform into something more marketable. We have seen that happen a lot to a lot of stars in the movie industry in Hollywood, and not only in the movie industry, in the music industry a lot. They usually tell these artists to have this brand image that they have to sell towards the market so they can be relatable, and that's the same thing that happened with Brittany. She was told to change herself, to lose weight, and sometimes those type of things can have a huge toll, because even behind the scenes and when you're off camera, you still have to carry that image around. The irony was painful. The very thing that made her unique was slowly erased. The industry that praised her talent soon became the force that devoured her confidence. Brittany began changing physically. Her frame started shrinking. Now, one thing about Brittany is that she was losing a lot of weight. She was so thin that it was now becoming something that people were starting to worry about. Her fans were very fearful about what was happening to her body. She seemed as if she was not healthy. She was unhealthy or there was something wrong. Her face also started losing its natural warmth. She said it was just makeup and maturity, but those close to her saw the toll. One thing about the movie industry is that when you start changing, a lot of people do recognize it, but some people do ignore it until it's too late. Everything that was happening to her was very fast, and I might say she was prepared for it, but who knows? We all don't know what was going on behind the scenes. One thing is that her image was taking a toll on her because here is Hollywood. They're giving her this image, this brand that she's supposed to carry out, and now it's starting to devour her. That's the thing that happens a lot in Hollywood. By the early 2000s, she was everywhere. In 8 Mile, Don't Say a Word, Just Married, an uptown girl. She seemed unstoppable, yet the more she succeeded, the lonelier she became. Behind the laughter and the quirky roles, there was exhaustion, the pressure to please everyone. Now, one thing about fame is that the price you pay is your body and your mental health. One thing about these stars is that they work to the max, they work to the bone. These people do not know rest, especially if they're in a contract that they blindly signed, that they did not read the terms and condition and did not understand the clauses. One thing about fame is that when you're going into fame, always be mindful about what's going to happen and what to expect. The thing about this girl is that everything was taking a toll on her. Not only that, a lot of people in Hollywood, they suffer a lot from exhaustion and mental tiredness. Not only in Hollywood, it's so broad in cinema, in the music industry. They go through this process of just working so hard that when they finally crack and burn out, it is so much of a disaster. Then that's when it came. There's always that moment that when that deteriorating health starts being visible, the whispers start coming. And for Brittany, her whisper was about drugs, that she was a substance user. The tabloid headlines started mocking her weight, her looks, her relationship. The headlines, tabloids are like vultures. They always try to prey on people that are already weak, that they're going through the most. And this habit is so wrong because it has created a habit in society whereby people start laughing at you when you are literally going through the worst, going through hell. I don't know where people get that thing, but the problem in society is that when we go through a lot, when someone goes through a lot, there's always these people, these little bees that just want to make the other person's life more horrible because they understand how their life is horrible. So they just do that to kind of have this thing that's just, this dopamine feeling that their life is a bit better, while in initial fact their life is just as worse as theirs. The media turned her into a spectacle, not a person. When she stumbled, they laughed. When she withdrew, they speculated. And in her silence, her pain deepened. Now, these people, they don't understand that the more you laugh at someone, the more the pain goes deeper because you feel alone. This is how society operates. It romanticizes pain until it becomes inconvenient. Vulnerability is celebrated only when it's beautiful, and when it's raw, people love the story of a broken artist as long as she keeps performing. Brittany did not know how to stop performing, and that was her price for fame. There is something deeply tragic about people who hide pain behind enthusiasm. One thing about people that hide pain through enthusiasm is that their life is very painful. And it's not only in Hollywood. This part specifically, is not only about people in Hollywood. In everyday life, I have met people who are going through the most. They are going through hell, they're going through the pits, hide whatever they're going through in a form of enthusiasm, in a form of, oh no, they're doing better, but in reality, they're just doing worse. Like, these people are going through so much, and people don't understand that because just because someone can wake up and go out and do what they're doing, and then they pretend that everything is okay, does not mean that this person is not having a divorce behind the scene. A lot of people just see this perfect images of people. I mean, we always see it on social media. Social media has to be the biggest scam ever. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Please let me know in the comments section. The thing about social media is that everyone and everything seems so perfect. It seems so perfect. Every pain when I look at social media is perfect on Instagram, Pinterest, whatever form of social media there is. Everything that has to be perfect, I feel like there is a lot of baggage behind the scenes. Come on, it doesn't make sense how everyone on Instagram is just happy. They're going through this beautiful life. You never see someone on Instagram who's actually living in poverty and is saying that, you know what, this is where I actually live. A lot of people, they don't understand that some people on Instagram, they borrow things from people just to look like they're actually doing better. This is to show you that people actually go through a lot. Brittany was one of them. She was open hearted, kind, and deeply sensitive, but in Hollywood, sensitivity is seen as weakness. She once said, I'm just a very overly sensitive person who loves very deeply. That very quality, that very truth, the thing that made her luminous became her undoing. When the industry began to move on, Brittany's career slowed down. Rumors spread that she was difficult, unstable, or washed up. Her phone stopped ringing because studios stopped calling. That was the reality. One thing about Hollywood, guys, this is a pattern. Every time when you're going through the darkest hells, Hollywood stops hiring you. This has been going on for generations. And then came Simon Monjack, a man many believed exploited her isolation. Together they retreated into a private world, away from the noise, but isolation does not heal a broken heart. It amplifies the voices inside it. In her final years, Brittany's health deteriorated. She looked fragile, tired, and older than her years, yet she smiled for the cameras, laughed in interviews, and insisted everything was fine. The tragedy was not her death, it was how long she suffered in silence before it happened. Brittany's story reflects a much larger truth, one that goes beyond Hollywood. It's the tragedy of people who feel everything too deeply in a world that rewards numbness. We all hide pain behind humor, behind work, behind filters and performances that make our lives appear in act. Society has taught us that to be vulnerable is to be weak, to admit exhaustion is to fail, and to ask for help is to be pitied. A lot of people in society have learned to live in a world that it's okay to hide your pain, while in initial fact, in reality, it is not okay, because the more you hide your pain, the more you go through this process where you feel like you are not enough. I have met people that suffer from depression or unstable mental health, which is depression. And when they go through this phase, they are so afraid to tell people that they are going through that specific phase, because they have learned to understand that when they tell people, the first thing people are going to say is that, oh my god, you go and see a therapist, you are so weak. Why do you go and see a shrink while you can just go home and learn to meditate or something? There's always this excuse that people actually give. People don't understand that everyone goes through problems. I have seen people that they always wear filters on social media to hide how they look because they feel insecure. Pain can lead into different emotions. Pain comes in different forms. Some people go through this cycle where they keep on working and working, chasing money, that maybe when they get money, they can actually run away from their pain, that whatever money gives them, whatever goal they accomplish, is going to hide the initial fact that they feel resentful towards their father leaving them, or they just feel bad about the certain emotions that they're going through. But with pain, pain does not disappear. Pain hurts. Pain hurts so much that the more you grow that pain, the more it's very unbearable to live. When you wake up and you figure out that you do not have food at home, but you have to pretend like your life is in order, that's very painful, because you are literally neglecting your own emotion. When pain is hidden, It transforms, it becomes anxiety, it leads to addiction, it also brings self doubt, and also you collapse. One thing about pain is that I feel like pain is the reason why some people actually go through a process where they have to go and find substances or things that's going to take away their mind from reality. Basically, pain leads you to go and find escapism for your problems. People need to understand that pain is something very deep and something that the whole world, the whole universe is struggling with. We see it every day in the friend who jokes too much, the co-worker who's always fine, the artist who seems full of life but slowly fades away. Pain is there every day. But the thing that hurts me is that people judge you when you come out and say you have pain, knowing damn well that you have pain. I know other people, they'll be like, you know what? When my friend cries, I laugh. I laugh. Sorry, my English is very shaky. I laugh because I cannot be serious when someone is crying. Why the hell are they crying? I cannot comprehend people that cry. That's so wrong. People sometimes make jokes about people's deepest pains. People mock other people. People feel like they're better than other people. This concept of judging has really ruined society because people are so oblivious to the sensitive world of other people. People are just not sensitive at the emotions and what other people go through. The next time you guys laugh at someone for their problems, please remember this video. It's not okay to judge other people. Please do leave a comment in the comments section about what you guys basically think so far. Do also share your experiences. This is a safe space. One thing I want you guys to understand that it's not normal to hide pain because pain leads to escapism and pain hurts those who are close to you. Brittany's tragedy reminds us of the danger of pretending to be okay. She was exhausted from performing happiness, mocked for being fragile, and ultimately ignored for being human. People simply ignore you for showing raw emotions. I've seen it these days. The culture in music about people ignoring their emotions, their pain, is just dark. When society demands perfection, sensitivity becomes a liability and empathy becomes rebellion. People feel like when you have empathy towards other people, you're doing something that's against the law, a law whereby I don't know who put this rule that when someone is going through a lot, you laugh at them. It's just so crazy. I don't understand. Right now, guys, I am so sorry to mention this. My pain is literally being able to finish this video without my door slamming because of the wind. That's the pain that I'm feeling. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Please, please, please leave an opinion about what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching this video so far and for being patient with my shaky English. On December 20th, 2009, Brittany Murphy collapsed in her Los Angeles home. She was pronounced dead at 10:04 a.m. She was only 32. She was very young. May her soul forever rest in peace. The coroner ruled her passing as pneumonia and drug intoxication from prescription medication. But beyond the medical cause, there was something much deeper, and that was emotional exhaustion. The world mourned her for a moment, then it moved on just as the world always does move on when someone passes away. Her husband, Simon Monjack, passed away months later under the same similar circumstances. Their home, which was filled with dreams of safety, became a symbol of the quiet decay of fame. And yet, even in passing, the rumors did not stop. The internet turned her final moments into speculation. People kept asking the wrong question. Was it substance abuse? Was it foul play? Instead of asking, why did no one notice her pain? Brittany Murphy's story is not just about Hollywood cruelty, it's about all of us. It's about the small ways we overlook pain in others, the way we joke about someone's breakdown or label them as dramatic when they're really just trying to survive. The human cost of hiding pain is silence, and silence, when repeated long enough, becomes erasure. We don't lose people like Brittany only to death. We lose them when we stop listening to them, when we mock them for being fragile, instead of understanding where they are coming from, when we always demand they be strong instead of being human. Brittany's laughter masked a quiet war between vulnerability and survival, and in that war, she, like many, lost. Every time a bride's soul fades too soon, we are reminded that pain unspoken is pain unhealed, that the price of pretending to be okay is far greater than the cost of being honest. Brittany Murphy lived in a world that only applauded when she smiled, but in her story, fragile, tragic, and human, remains a warning that no amount of laughter can drown out a heart that was never heard. This marks me at the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys resonate with the story and understand from now on that it's never okay to hide your pain. It's something that's just very tragic. It can lead to either escapism, and with escapism, it can lead to death. I knew this man in my community. He was such a good man, but he was going through a lot, that he was an avid drinker. He drank so much to hide his pain, to hide what he was feeling, and he had so much addiction of drinking that he was starting to get very sick. His health started deteriorating. There was a point where he was having heart transplants. He was so sick, and he was such a man that everyone in the community just loved being around, only for him to pass on and to realize that maybe he just felt like he wasn't very satisfied in his career. It's such a shame how people go through a lot, and people hide it in ways that we can only imagine. Do let me know what you guys think in this video. Please like this video. Do share it to whoever you think needs it. Do subscribe, and when you do subscribe, please hit notification bell. Always remember to help people, and you will also be helped. Never mock, never laugh at people. My name is Unina, your host from Tragic Icons. Thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you guys for being patient. If you made it to the end of this video, you deserve a star. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.